Hi there everyone, it's David, and this is the ReoLink Trackmix WiFi outdoor security camera. In this video, I'll be running through a summary of the camera's features and benefits, as well as a more detailed look at how it performs in day-to-day use, and our experience of how it's been for us after a month of full usage. For full disclosure, ReoLink sent me the Trackmix free of charge in exchange for my honest opinion, and also requested a brief overview of this finished video. However, I do need to stress that all thoughts and opinions are my own, and ReoLink haven't had any input into what's gone into this final review. The ReoLink Trackmix normally retails for around £169, but right now, ReoLink are celebrating their 16th anniversary and are running promotions across a number of their products at both the ReoLink website and Amazon, including the Trackmix seen here, which can be purchased currently for around £128. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can go and check out ReoLink's anniversary promotions and also the full specifications of the Trackmix so you can view this in your own time. Alright, so I've come outside just to give you a brief introduction into what makes the ReoLink Trackmix tick. So it's got twin 8 megapixel lenses, one with a wide field of view and the other with a sort of telephoto camera, if you like. What this allows you to do is enable the tracking feature, which as you can see here should be tracking me around as I move around the locality of the camera. Now the tracking function can be turned on or off, and I did find initially when I first had the camera that when I was at home and the app had the tracking function on, it was working fine. As soon as I left the property, it would go a little bit crazy and start panning around of its own accord and not using the tracking feature. But that was quickly solved by a full reset of the camera, taking the SD card out, reformatting, plugging it back in, and ever since it's been absolutely fine. Now the zoom is a 6x hybrid zoom, so I think what it's doing is using both of the cameras to achieve the hybrid zoom. And what that allows then is this really nice, good quality video, which is available in 4K, and you can download that either straight to your device, or you can use the ReoLink hub, or you can use the FTP server if you need. The camera itself is constructed of metal and plastic. So the actual camera body, which is the round bit you can see at the bottom there, that is constructed of metal. It's got some plastic housing there which is used for the brackets which hold the camera in position. The part immediately above that with the ReoLink logo, that is made of metal, and then the plate you see on the top there, which is attached to the wall, is plastic, as are the two antennas, which you may think, why are they poking outwards? Well, there's a simple reason for that, and that is we've got extremely thick walls in the house. When I had them point them upwards, the signal was really terrible. If I point them up just a little bit, it does seem to improve the connection with the camera. Now, getting this camera up was no mean feat with these super thick brick walls. This is a 1960s built old council house, and trying to get a drill bit into them is really difficult, but once it's up and it's really sturdy. So I've mounted it up a little bit higher than normal. Our old ReoLink camera was actually just in the middle of the image here, whereas this one's got a much wider field of view, plus you also need to leave some space for the zoom options, so I've mounted it a little bit higher. I'll talk a little bit about the old ReoLink camera, which is moved to the back of house in a moment. But one of the benefits of having the ReoLink system together is that you've got full surveillance of both your front and rear of house, so you can check for any pesky intruders that have been overnight if need be. Now the Trackmix does have a speaker and also a microphone as well, so you can, if you're out and about and somebody's at your front door, you're not quite sure who they are, then you can actually talk to them using the built-in microphone and speaker. And the speaker's pretty good. It's a little bit distorted now and again, but it's absolutely fine for what you may need to use it for. So the unit itself is completely weather protected, so it's been absolutely torrential all night, and this camera has survived absolutely fine. So it's completely weather sealed, so it'll survive any snow, torrential downpours, storms, you name it, it'll survive it. And in super cold weather, what it will do is the warmth built up from the operation of the camera inside will help keep the camera functioning, because obviously the camera does heat up during usage, so even if it's freezing cold outside, keeps the unit nicely protected from extreme weather temperatures.
Okay, so just to finish off the video, a quick look then through the ReoLink application. So this is available for iOS, Android and Windows. And the good thing is it's not particularly fussy about what kind of phone that you use, whether it's as old as the hills or it's a flashy brand new modern flagship. It works exactly the same across all of them, which is great news. So you can see we've got the Trackmix, which is at the top looking over the driveway, and then the old ReoLink Duo, which is now taking care of garden duties. Now you can go into the settings for each individual camera, and you've literally got a kitchen sink full of stuff that you can change on the camera. You've got control over how it's displayed, for example, the watermarks. If you want it flipped backwards and forwards, for example, you've got the camera mounted a completely different way. You've got control over day and night quality images. You've got control over the camera name, whether you want the watermark. You've even got how you want to see the actual picture, so the actual quality of the image, for example, brightness and shadows. These can all be controlled from this application. Now, one of the good things with the cameras is that they take micro SD cards. So rather than you having to worry about relying on a server, you get the choice. So you can use a micro SD card, you can use the ReoLink hub, or you can have it connected up to a server. So basically with the micro SD card, you can have it do what we call continuous loop recording. So depending on the size of the micro SD card, for example, the ReoLink Trackmix can have up to a 512 gigabytes SD card, whereas the Duo can take up to 256 gigs, as far as I believe. We've got the slightly older model. Now, the good thing is that you can use the overwrite function. So what it will do, it'll write up to the physical limits of the card. And then what it will do, then it'll start to overwrite the oldest videos first. So if I go into the Trackmix and then click on the playback option, you'll see that because it's recording in 4K, it's only giving me 2 days worth of recording space. Whereas if I go into the garden camera, because this is recording in 1440p, then it's giving me 3 days worth of recordings, as you can see here. So it's not really a big problem, because if something particularly memorable happens, and I think memorable for the wrong reasons sometimes, you can go in, you can actually download whatever you need to. So if I just go into the recordings here, you can see here we can look into any of the recordings, and then I can click the download icon in the top right hand corner, and then I can actually download this clip to my local storage on my phone, and then I can upload that to Google Photos. I can take it offline, wherever I need to do. It's a really handy feature, and it's particularly good if something really bad has happened and you need to keep that footage for, something as extreme as police evidence, for example. You then have it for safekeeping. Now, this app has been updated over the years and it's terrific. It's really simple to use, and ReoLink have added some bits to it and sort of cleaned up the interface to make things a lot easier to look at. So if I can press play on the stream, you can see it loads really, really quickly, and I can play it in speed up to 2 times, 4 times, 8 times, which is more like it looks more like stop motion animation, as you can see here. And even up to 16 times, which is absolutely bananas and is way too quick for anything, as you can see there. But this is really just to give you an overview of what the app is like. It's very, very simple to use, and adding devices is also really simple as well. The good thing is when you're into this view, if you just want to leave it on your desk at work or something, then you can just see a real-time view of what's recorded on both cameras, and you can have done with it. Talking about using the app outdoors, you don't need to rely on just being Wi-Fi. As soon as you leave the house, you can watch this over a data connection. So what it's doing is actually linking up to ReoLink servers, and then that server is relaying the live information back to you in basically in real time. But the good thing is when you're out and about as well and you just connected over your mobile data plan, you can actually access all of the recordings as well. So it's not just tied to you at home, you can actually access it wherever you are. It's not unique to ReoLink, but all the same, it is a great feature to have. And I think it's one of the things which has really benefited us, because when we were on honeymoon, didn't affect us personally, but the house to the top left-hand corner of the picture, just up the street, it was the world's worst police chase. But somebody had obviously stolen someone's car and crashed into the wall of the neighbour in the top left-hand corner. As soon as he got back from honeymoon, he was knocking on the door asking for the footage. So unfortunately, I cannot use it in this video because it was used for police use, so I can't repeat it. But trust me, it was such an invaluable thing to have had, because our neighbour had said to us, oh, there's been somebody's had their wall crashed into in the street, and we were able to download the footage while we were away, and then it was ready for when we came home. So it's such a beneficial feature to have this application. I think I'd be a bit lost without it, because wherever we go, it's nice to be able to just drop in and just check that everything is okay at home. So that's really, really good. So one thing I just wanted to highlight is the night vision. Now our back garden is really dark at the best of times. Now the video is helped along by some of the solar lights in the garden itself, but this is just to give you an illustration of what the night vision video looks like. And I can go into the camera for the front driveway as well. Just wait for that to load. We can see here, this is the driveway camera, and this is what the video looks like. This is using the infrared video, so it's a better quality than just having color. But I just wanted to show, obviously, the back garden just with the color, and then the front drive with the infrared vision. It's really good quality. Now, it does play at 15 frames per second. It's not playing at 30 frames per second like the real-time view, but you know, it's perfect for just surveillance, because obviously if something happens, you're not going to be too bothered about the actual quality and what frames per second is playing in. You want to be able to see whoever the protagonist is who is entering your property. So that is a look then at the application, and also an overview of the ReoLink Trackmix. An absolutely brilliant product. I've been using it now for the last month or so, and I wanted to give it a really good sort of period where I could see any pitfalls, which I did, which were easily sorted, as well as using it across various different sort of day, night, bad weather, good weather. It's performed like an absolute champ, and just reinforces my opinion that the ReoLink products are actually really good. I haven't had any real grumbles about the products. The only grumbles which I have had have been sorted. I don't know what happened there. It must have just been a bug or something. But the wandering camera when I leave the property is now completely sorted. So if you've got any comments or questions, please leave those down in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you are new around here, then please do consider subscribing, so you don't miss more videos coming like this on the channel very, very soon. But for now, this has been my review of the ReoLink Trackmix Wi-Fi security camera. My name is David West, and I will catch you guys later.